Hey everyone, this is Kim from This Darn Chicks Designs. Today I decided to do a planner because we have November and December that's actually coming up, and I have a lot of things that actually need to be planned budget-wise. Things that, presents, things like that, I've got to be able to write down. So I want to show you exactly how I do one of these planners. I've done them several times over the years and stuff, so I thought, let's go ahead, let's start doing a planner. And this planner actually will continue until the next year. So what I did is I went to Canva and I found my planner designs that I wanted, and I was able to print out each design. So this right here, I created the background. I created the squares, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all that. Now you can get these, like I said, you can get them on Canva. They come plain, some of them do, so you can add your background. You can add, like this will be November, and this one right here will also have like the week on it that you can write in. Now I printed off both sides, okay? So I've got this side right here, I've got 1, 2, 3, and the other one is 4. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, and then I've got another one that's somewhere back through here. So anyways, that will be like for 4 weeks for the month of November. Then we go on, I've got December, so I've got the first, the back of it, another one, and so each month has 4, okay? Now, when I was printing these out, it was really pretty on the front. I was like, gosh, the colors are so rich and all that. Come to find out, I was using the wrong paper. So there is a certain weight of paper and certain where it soaks in the ink, okay? And I'll have to look that up because I could not. The paper that I had before is more for planners. So this right here was just what I had around the house. So I went ahead and just started printing this up. So each one of them has a theme for each month. There's August, October, you've got September, that's back here. There's June. Each one of these I created and made my own little templates for them. Like this one's really cute. This is kind of one of my favorites for December. It has a Santa Claus on it that I put on there. Ho, 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 all that. And each color is like the red, the green, and like kind of like a gray. So in between these, I will be putting to-do list, okay? And then I will have my Bible verses on here. I will also have my contact list on some of these. There's also a budget one, if I can find it here. Yeah, monthly budget that I printed out with it. These are, let me see here. I think they are 5 points. Let me just see really fast when I print this out so I can tell you exactly what size they are. So if you decide to do it, they're it's 5.50 by 8.5. Okay, so basically it's 5.5 by 8.5 is what it is that I printed out. Okay, so with this whole design here, okay, you are going to need, you're going to go to Canva and you're going to print these out. Okay, on whichever ones that you want. It's totally up to you. There's so many templates that they have that just tons. There's like thousands of templates that you guys can go through. So once you get them done, print it out. You are going to need a cinch. They call it the cinch. It's by Heidi Swap. Okay. And basically this is, let me pull it up here. This is how you're actually going to be able to put your planner together. Okay. You're also going to need a paper cutter. And I have the one from Studio, so I use that one, and it's pretty much about had it, but I use it all the time. And that's to slice your paper with, okay? You're also gonna need something for your tabs. So if you want to put tabs at the end of your planner, then you'll be able to put those tabs down and then turn the page, okay, for the month. And you are going to want to also have, this is your binding, okay? So that's basically what the cinch does, is it helps with your binding, to bind your actual planner or your book or whatever that you decide to do together. Then you're also going to want, which I already picked mine out, 2 sheets of planner paper, okay? This is kind of like all mixed together, retro, whatever, you know. So I will be cutting these out, and then I will be laminating them. So I will have my front, and then I will have my back to that. So that's pretty much about what you have. So we're going to go ahead and start this up. I'm going to start putting this together. Once I get it together, then I can actually show you how it's going to look. Okay, so the way that I'm putting mine together is I've got the month of November, okay, with the pages in it. Then I have a budget, monthly budget list. On the back of that, I printed my contact list, okay? And that's just for anything or anyone that you know, emails, all that kind of stuff. Then I have a to-do list for that month. Then I also have my Bible verses for that month and stuff. So when I'm sitting down and I'm reading my Bible, or I'm watching my son on YouTube when he's preaching, then I can actually go ahead and put the Bible verses down. So I've got that. So that's the way that I'm actually putting my planner together. So we've already done November. We've done December. Okay. There's my monthly budget on there. My Bible verses here. Okay. All right. Then we are going to do January. So we're going to start with January. So we'll put January here. So I got my January, okay. On the back of that, I'm gonna put my budget, okay. So like when you turn it, I didn't print on the back of this one. Some of these I didn't print on the back of it when I was messing around with it. But here's January, okay. So when you're turning the pages, this is what it's gonna look like. January, and then the back, and then you can go for your monthly budget, like right here, okay. I also have my to-do list that I'm gonna put here. And let me see here, what else do I have? I have my Bible verse. So each one of these for each month is gonna have this. Then I'm gonna go on to February, put all my Februaries down. And then we are going to go back to our budget. I hope I printed out enough of these. There's my budget. Then here is my to-do list. And then here's my Bible verses. So each month, every one of these is going to have inserts for that. We're going to go to March. So here's March. March, I did like a pretty little rainbow on there for March. And you know, it's really good to do is like if you have a children or a grandchild or anything like that, then you can make little ones like this for them, but just make it for like their class or whatever. I mean, that would be really cool for their, you know, when they go to class, or little verses that they want to learn when they go to Sunday class. So that would be really cool if you want to do something like that, which I think I'm actually going to go ahead and do that for my granddaughter, just so when she goes to church, then she's only 4, but she can kind of put her stickers in it. That's why I'm going to make it some stickers. I did, however, make some for mine too, and I'll show you those. But, you know, it's just basically putting these together and making sure that they look good. Normally, I would put like a tracker in here, but I didn't put a tracker. It's like a food tracker. I didn't do that because I've got some trackers around here. If I wanted to eventually later on, then I will go ahead and add to that. But right now, I'm not even going to worry about adding a tracker to it. I was just trying to get this done so I can start it for the next year, and then start figuring out what my budget's going to be, you know, and then kind of go from there. There's that one. And then we got, oh, I went here, what was that? Budget, to-do list. I like to kind of keep everything in where it's supposed to be. And then there's my Bible verse there. So, okay, so once you get everything together, on the Heidi swap, okay, you're going to want to take a few of your papers, okay, and you're going to insert them in, all right, and then press down. So when you pull it out, it actually makes your holes for you, okay? So you want to go ahead and do that. And that's actually what I'm doing here for every one of these, is putting it in here, okay? And then you can make sure your papers are straight too. Sometimes they'll be just a little off. I'm okay with that. It doesn't really bother me too much because it's my planner anyways. Now, if it was someone else's, then it'd be a little bit different story. So all we do is just go right down and we just do a few at a time. Make sure, like I said, they're all even. Take it, push it towards the back area, and then press down. That's what this little leather's here for, is to press down, okay? So you just keep doing that. Let me see if I could turn this to where you can see what I'm doing a little bit here. There we go, okay. So that's what I'm doing here, is to make sure that when I put this in here, each one of these goes down correctly. And there's also videos that are actually online for Heidi Swap. So those will actually be able to tell you a little bit more about how to run this little press machine here. It's just manual is what it is. So it'll be easy once you get onto like Heidi Swap, and she'll show you exactly how to do this. I've had this for a couple years, so I use it so in case, you know, I want to make myself a couple books or planners or whatever, then I've got them here. Make sure, that's number one about this, make sure that your paper is far enough back too. That looks like it'll be okay, but we'll see. Just do a few at a time. That's what you do, just do a few at a time. Press it or put it all the way to the back. There we go. There's that one right there. I think August is like one of my favorite months here that I did. I like all these kind of neutral colors. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do our front cover here, okay? So I've already went ahead and cut out the front cover. This is just a piece of just a piece of board, you know, any type of card stock that you want to get, you can put in. You could get like the thicker books of card stock. That's all this is right here. So I went ahead and I cut this out, and I cut it out just slightly bigger than what my planner was going to be. And we're going to take the two sheets here, open it up, and if you have a laminator, you can use a laminator. If not, you can actually use like the self-laminating sheets. So you can get those. Those are the ones that are actually from Scott. And you can get those in any of your craft stores. So we're going to just put this down, and then we're going to run it through our laminating machine that we have. So I've got my front cover, okay. I have my back cover here, all right. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to laminate another sheet, and that's actually going to be my little tabs. So I want to go ahead. Let me see if this will fit this sheet or not. Probably not. So what I'm going to do is just kind of cut this down just a little bit, so I can actually be able to fit it in between this sheet here. And I'm going to need a couple of these little tabs actually. That's going to go down through here. Open that up. And then pull some of this down here. There we go. So then I'll be able to go ahead and use this little tab here. It says tab on it. So let me go ahead and we're going to laminate these. So once you go ahead and get this through your laminating machine, you're going to want to use your paper slicer and just slice that down, okay? Sometimes they keep these little clear sheets because you may need them for like more tabs or whatever, and you can put that on the back there, so don't throw those out. Go ahead, and we're going to do the same thing here. Okay. And once you do that, then you're actually able to go ahead and cut your tabs, okay? So let's just go ahead. I'm going to show you how to cut one of these little tabs here. So this right here, I got at Michael's, okay? It's just a big tab cutter. And with this laminated piece now, you're going to go ahead, stick it all the way in there, and just press down. Once you do, then you got your little piece of tab here. It's already laminated, so you can actually go ahead and you can adhere it to your actual journal, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and do a couple of these and get those done. I like to try to make the most of this as possible, especially, you know, when you only got so much. Here. All right, there's that one right there. So I'm gonna put my other ones here. All right. So I just kind of go around it. Like I said, try to get as much as you can for each tab, because this does make little wide cuts. Go ahead and get another one. Go ahead here. And we'll get these done here. Okay, so if you want to, you can actually go ahead and put some more cardstock in here, which is what I'm going to do just to kind of make it a little thicker. Of course, you're gonna want to add to your journal anyways with stickers and you know, any little pins, anything that you want, you're still gonna want to add to that. So the next thing that we do, okay, try to get my camera over here so you can kind of see. All right, so this little wire, all right, this is your binding, all right? So you're gonna wanna go ahead and you're gonna wanna set your binding, the larger pieces, you're gonna wanna go ahead and set that right here, okay? And then you're gonna wanna start from the back. So this is gonna be your front of your journal, okay? This is gonna be your back. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with our back journal here. All right, let me see exactly, and we're kind of measuring right now to see, yeah, right here. So this would be about all I need anyways. So I'm gonna take this back off of here, and then we're going to cut it with wire cutters, or I wouldn't suggest your scissors, but maybe some wire cutters would be what I would go ahead and use. Let's see if I can find mine here. I was doing jewelry the other day, and I wasn't able to get a chance to put my wire cutters up. So let's go ahead, and I think I'm just gonna cut it about right here. And because this wire is so soft, you don't really have to worry about having a hard time with it. So let me just go ahead and measure this again. Put it back on here, just to make sure. Put this on here. Yeah, so I need to check off just a little bit more with just that 1/2 end there. So go ahead and take this off here. So it'll probably be about right here is where I'll take it off at. Just kind of bend that back and forth here. And that just drops that piece off. And kind of curl that in. These things just keep falling on my hands today. go ahead, put it right back on here again, okay? So then we know where to start it at. Pull it back over here. Make sure everything's all right. Look at these little guys. I'm just having a heck of a time with this, ain't I? Let me pull this back out again. Okay. And set it back on here correctly. Then, once you do, you're able to actually get these little wire pieces through here. So you see that right there. So those little wire pieces will actually go right through there. Start with this last one here. That's why. I was like, why in the world am I having a hard time with this? I should never have this much hard time. Okay, so that's your back, okay? Then you're gonna start with whatever pieces you wanna do next, which mine will actually be these pieces here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slip this down on the inside, okay? Actually, let me see here. Okay, so these are pieces of just extra pieces of cardboard that I wanted to use for writing. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is we're gonna start from the back of my journal here. And these will be also extra pieces that I'm gonna use. More of like the grid paper. Figure out which way here. Kind of get all these, actually I wanna pull it this way. Pull it this way here. I just wanna make sure I get every one of these on here. These little grid pieces paper right through here actually helps you with like if you are going to do any extra writing and stuff, so that will actually be in the back of it too. Okay, so you're gonna take both of these. I actually went ahead and changed up because I wanted this one instead. So you're gonna take your back and your front, okay? And then you're going to put them both together, all right? So your back will actually flip around to your front. Then you're gonna start layering from the back, okay? So we're gonna start here with a few of these. Let me get this out of the way. A few of these extra ones here. So we're already at November, okay? So November is going to be, I'm starting in November just because we're already in November. So I'm just gonna start picking these up. We're gonna start from that back to the front. Let's go all the way back here. See how far I went. So that would have been October that we're actually gonna be doing here. So let's do this. So we're gonna do October. Okay, make sure I got everything here. Yeah, October, and then I got my contact list and all that. All right, so I'm gonna start with October and then just layer each month on there, okay? So we've got the budget here. Here's that one. And so just keep layering until you're actually finished with it. Okay, so get up here. Sorry, that's my dog. If he hears anything, he starts up. It doesn't take much with him to actually start. Okay, let's go ahead here. Do this one, kind of layer it all the way down, okay? Try to keep these up on here. That's actually where it's actually supposed to hold your journal that you just made. And you want to do a couple pieces at a time and push down. So then we got July. June. June, July, there's a to-do list there. Here's May's. Go ahead and do that one right there. Make sure that I've got this correct here. April, May, okay. Kind of pull that over here. Push this area down here. So that's all you do, is you just keep building, okay, until you actually get to the month that you want to be in. And it just takes a little bit. Here's my February. I got this February here. And these are, like I said, these are really easy to make. Sometimes you'll have, like if you get the holes out of place and stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna have problems with it. And then you have to redo everything over. But most of the time you won't have that problem. I changed up the front of it just because I like all the tropical, which means I'll probably just go ahead and change my tabs too later on. All right, and here's December, okay. And then here's this monthly budget, and here's November. So I started off with November and went from November to October. So by next year, then I'll just go ahead and add another couple of months there. All right, so once you're done with it, all right, you're gonna go ahead, we're gonna lift this piece up, kind of turn it, all right, and then we're gonna turn this around. This back piece here is where you're gonna go ahead and lay your journal, okay? Put that right there, and you want to actually take it and push it right up against there. And then this area right here is 3/8, half, 5/8, all that. This is to adjust how the thickness of your book and how tight that you want to bind it. Okay, so once you get your coils in, you're going to take these coils and you're going to put them back to the edge of the machine. It goes all the way in, okay? And then you're going to press down. Make sure I got everything in here. So it hits that back area there. Okay, and then you're going to press down. Okay, and if it doesn't adjust or whatever, then just go ahead and adjust it more. So we went more like 3/4. Let's see if we can do 3/4 here. Okay. Okay. So I want to get mine just a little bit tighter here. So let's go back down to 3/8. Okay, so that's the lowest setting that you can actually go on this. Kind of pull this out just a little bit here. Make sure that it's actually got that area. Get my thumb out of the way here. Okay, so once you get it all together, then you're going to press this lever that's in the back here. Okay, there's an actual lever that's right here. I'll show you. This little lever right here. Once you do that, okay, then you will actually be, sorry, just trying to move this around a little bit. I've never had so much difficulty in my life trying to do a tutorial to show you exactly how to make a planner. It's the easiest thing, I swear it is. But For some reason, I'm having a heck of a time tonight. So anyways, you're gonna take this. You are actually going to pull down on this lever here, which is where you will actually put your book into on the side, okay? I'm gonna show you on the side there. You're gonna push your lever down, okay? And then once it's done, it's actually gonna go ahead and give you a binder, okay? So let's get this out of the way. Once you're finished with that, then you can actually go on to the fun stuff. So we can go ahead and we can put our tabs on, okay, which are really colorful here. So you're gonna take your book, planner, pull it around to the front, okay, and you have your binding right there on your planner. So that's my planner that I made. Everybody makes their own planner a little bit differently. What I'm gonna do next is start to add my tabs. So each tab that I add will be for whatever month. And because this is in the same color theory, then we're gonna go ahead and use these little tabs, and I'll show you how to do that. So I use this Crafters permanent adhesive tape, all right? And with each one of these, I usually like to start up at the top so I know what month that I'm looking in. And so on the back here, you can go ahead and run a little bit of that across it, okay? And turn it over. And with whatever your first page is here, let me just turn this so you can kind of see it here, okay? And then I'm going to place that about right here at the top. So that will actually be my first tab, okay? So then when you close it up, you'll be able to see your very first tab on your journal. So you want to continue to go on to the next couple months and put your tabs and try to match them up, okay? So you don't want to put one right here, okay, and then put the other one behind it because you're not going to be able to see the tab. So you want to slightly move it down just a little bit, okay, to each one, like right up underneath there. So I'm going to do mine about right there. I'm going to put a little bit of this adhesive tape on it here. I'm going to put that there if I can. There we go. And then let me go back and match this up again. All right, so there's this tab, okay? So this next tab will be about right there. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and press that down for that tab for that month. So then when I close it up, then I've got November, December, and it's actually gonna go all the way to the back that way. That's the way I want my tab. Now some people have them coming all the way to the front. It's up to you. This is just the way that I like to do it. So then I can pick up the next tab and keep going with each month, each additional month all the way down. So I'll go ahead and get that ready for you, and I'll show you what that looks like. So we have our journal, and it's put together now, okay? So I liked this little umbrella pattern and stuff. It's kind of tropical, since I like, you know, tropical. And then I started mine with the first month of November and with a little tab, so you can actually go ahead and flip through with your tabs. I did, however, make some of my little plants here, my little planner stickers, and this is actually on glitter, printable glitter stock. So you can actually get that at Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby, one of those. And then I've got some for like Christmas, for like the little snowman and all that. So I think what I plan on doing is actually finding a blank page through here, like maybe this, and then putting a pocket in it so these will actually slide down. And so I can go ahead and just, you know, put my really pretty glitter stock in there. This is great for like an appointment book, anything like that. So whatever you want to call it, a planner, a journal, it doesn't matter. It's however you want to do it. This will be a little planner for me, a weekly planner. And that'll kind of help me out with budgeting and things like that. And then I can add to my actual planner itself. Now, I did want to tell you, I do have a website. I will leave that link down below for some products. We've got Christmas coming up, so you may want to get to that. A lot of things are on sale right now on my website. So take a look at that. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to go ahead and answer them. And you guys have a nice night.